r/AskReddit. Subway employees of Reddit, what was the grossest sub you've had to make? Tuna and meatball, hands down. Actually, runner-up would be those customers that would ask for more mayo after you gave them the requisite amount. And then ask for more. And then you're like, tell me when to stop. And they just stand there. Then the bottle starts making that farting sound signifying it's out of condiment. So you take the cap off and scoop the dredges onto the sandwich. And the customer is still looking at you expectantly. So you go to the fridge and grab another bottle of mayo. And you start putting that on the sandwich. And eventually you're halfway through the second bottle. So you stop and you look them in the eye and say, how's that? And they just give you a disgruntled nod and move on to the register. And now you get to try to close a sandwich that looks like Thanos came into a soggy piece of bread. Way back when we used to make cheesy bread by pulling out the middle and melting the cheese in its place, we don't do that anymore. Thank God. There was this person that wanted that. Then she asked for nothing else except oil. I mean, literally a crap ton of oil. There was a pool about 3 centimeters filling the excavation of bread. She gave a $10 tip, so that was kinda nice. But I'll never forget you, Oompa Loompa oily cheese bread lady. We don't do that anymore. Thank God. I have some bad news for you. I might be in a test market where they're doing exactly that. I worked there in college. One guy would come in and order 2 quadruple meat, quadruple cheese BLTs. That's 40 pieces of bacon per sandwich. He would house both of them sitting right there in the dining room, 80 pieces of bacon down one pea hole. A guy came in with a Tupperware bowl of natto and asked us to put it on a chicken and bacon ranch melt. We're not allowed to do that, so we just made him the sandwich and he took it to his table. He came back a few minutes later and asked if we could heat his sandwich more. It was pretty clear that he'd added the natto himself and now wanted us to cook the damn stuff. He was polite, so my coworker obliged. Our place smelled like rotting rat but for the rest of the day. For the lazy, it's fermented soybeans. A guy in front of me in line ordered a tuna sandwich and then pulled out a Ziploc bag of grain sugar. He asked if they'd put the sugar on top of all the tuna before roasting the sandwich. They did it, but I can't imagine caramelized tuna would be my choice for food. Sugar. Thought the same thing. Guy had to try a little, make sure it really was just sugar. Hello, stranger. I see you have a bag of crystals. I will taste some now. A foot long with lots of marinara sauce and pickle juice. Not pickles, the juice from the bag that they came in from the supplier. Nasty. Sounds like a weird craving. Probably either drunk or pregnant, hopefully not both. I worked at Subway for a few months during my freshman year of college. The grossest thing I ever made wasn't a sub but a salad I made for an older lady. She came in right before closing and she asked for a salad with shredded lettuce, cut up ham, and mayonnaise. So much mayo. I squeezed a few lines on her salad and looked up at her to ask if that was too much and she said, oh no baby, I'm going to need a lot more than that, and I ended up squeezing what seemed like almost half of the squeeze bottle on her salad. The top of the lettuce ham bowl she asked for was completely covered in mayo like a blanket of creamy snow. I swear the ratio of mayo to lettuce was like 3 to 1. She even got extra mayo in a little cup on the side just in case. It really stuck in my memory because I remember she got so much mayo we had to prep another bottle of it before we could close. I'm British, so whenever they put the sauce on and ask if it's enough, I politely say yes thank you even though it's no way near. Just try responding next time with a real polite, oh no baby, I'm going to need a lot more than that. It's for church honey. A drunk guy came in and asked for a 6-inch flatbread with just mayo, garlic mayo, and ketchup. And he wanted it toasted. Subway has garlic mayo. It was a salad and the entire situation was gross. So this dude wearing tan and gold, rimless sunglasses walked in, and kept his sunglasses on. He tells me he wants a chopped salad. I don't remember the meat or veggies he asked for, but I do remember the toppings. After reading my name tag, he asked for olive oil. As he peered at me over his glasses he said, I like it really wet, Ladai and Luna, and licked his lips. I put in a whole bunch, but kept repeating how wet he liked it, asking for more oil. I put in at least half a bottle of oil. Then he goes on to say how he loves Parmesan cheese, like a lot of it. I shook in a bunch of cheese, but he still wasn't satisfied. I was pissed off and creeped out at this point, so I took the lid off the cheese and dumped the entire shaker full into the bowl. He was clucking thrilled. Ladi and Luna, you're the best. You make the best salad. No one anywhere else gets it like you do. You're perfect. He came back several times, asking for me, and if I was there he refused to be served by anyone else. Eventually, my shift manager stood next to me while I made the salad so the dude couldn't make weird ass comments. He stopped coming in after that. I know he was a creep, but I couldn't stop thinking that this was some kind of disgraced rock star that now only can eat at Subway without realizing that you can't speak to regular women like you would do a bunch of groupies backstage. Before getting fired, I would often have a customer that would order a foot-long honey wheat with nothing but onions, hot sauce, mayo and black olives. It smelled of feet and sickness when it was done being toasted. What did you get fired for? The owner's daughter came in pissed drunk for her shift, so I gave her an earful and sent her home. Daddy didn't like that and I was fired the next day. Subway worker coming up 9 years, managing for 4 years. Had many odd combinations, but the top one is when a drunk came in and wanted everything on the sub. And I mean everything. I explained that if he had everything it would be very expensive and he insisted. So I opened up a foot long, heated all the meats and cheese, toasted and all the salads with majority of the sauces, salt and pepper. Being very large sandwich, we couldn't close the sub, so we had to open another foot long and put it on top. Took 2 Subreddits to wrap it up. Came to 70-ish, can't remember exactly, Australian dollars. Guy paid and off he went. Oh boy, something I can answer. I used to work for Subway back in 2008 to 2010, and we had this dude that would come in 3 times a week. He rotated between 3 sandwich choices, each one truly grotesque. Number 1. Foot-long white Italian bread. Triple meat meatball sub. Triple American cheese. Not toasted, with mayo and sweet onion teriyaki sauce. 1 scoop of tuna for his cat on the side. Number 2. Foot-long white Italian bread. Triple meat tuna. Triple American cheese. Double foot-long portion of bacon. Toasted. Tons of onions. Extra mayo. 1 scoop of tuna for his cat on the side. Number 3. Foot-long Italian white bread. Triple meat cold cut combo. Triple American cheese. Not toasted. Loaded up with tons olives and onions. Then extra mayo, sweet onion teriyaki, and honey mustard. 1 scoop of tuna for his cat on the side. Closing his sandwiches was literally a daunting task. Especially the meatball one because it was so slimmy. And they cost so much, even though back then they were all $5 each, because he had triple everything on them. Though it was nice that he always got some tuna for his cat. The owner of the store wouldn't charge him for it usually because he was such a frequent customer. We were across the road from a pub. A customer who'd been across the road all day came and ordered a meatball sub. He asked me to put every meat we had on it. Seafood, tuna, cold meats, the 4 different chickens we had at the time, everything. Was an absolute pain to close and cost him something like $40 for 1 6-inch sandwich if I recall correctly. He sat down inside and ate it all. I don't do a lot of hard drinking, but this thread seems to show that drunk munchies are a thing. Drunchies. Late to the party, but I feel like everyone needs to hear about the cheese man. This trucker comes in once or twice a week and orders a tuna sub. Before you put the tuna on, he wants the bread coated on both sides with mayo. Next the tuna, then the Swiss cheese, double portion, then cover the tuna in ranch, then add 2 big handfuls of shredded cheese. Next more ranch. Then 2 bigger handfuls of shredded cheese. More ranch, you ask? Yes, the answer is always yes. Next is onions and green peppers. Toasted now while it weighs as much as a healthy newborn. More shredded cheese. Now 1 last quarter of a bottle of ranch. Please add a strip of light mayo before you wrap it. It was the nastiest, messiest pile of crap I have ever seen, and I used to live in a ghetto. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more Reddit videos like this. Don't forget to smash that like button and stay crispy, guys.